Hello and welcome to my 2023 Dating Wrapped, where I, Shayna, an international traveler who has dated throughout the world, talks about the traumas that she has experienced from men of different cultures. So let's finish out this year strong, shall we? Phase number one. Where was I dating and how many dates did I go on? This year I went on a grand total of 10 first dates. Even that was a struggle. And I lived in 3 countries this year. I lived in Spain, Mexico, and the United States. Now, out of all of the countries that I lived in, 100% of my dates happened in Spain. Now, there is only one question that should be coming up to you, and that is why? Why, Shayna, did you only decide to date in Spain? What was there a reason? Were you particularly interested in dating in Spain? Or maybe do you just hate yourself? I don't know. But these are all valid questions, and these are my thoughts towards those questions. One, I have lived in the New York City area for most of my life. Thus, most of my dating has happened in the New York City area. All you need to know about dating in New York is that it's hard. It's hard. Now, best case scenario, and thank Jeebus that I've experienced some best case scenarios, is that you'll come across a guy, wonderful, sweet, intuitive, very caring, gives you the full-blown princess treatment, and alas, he is emotionally unavailable because he is what? In love with his job. So if you're okay with consistently being second place, then have at it. Go for it. Me, I need somebody that is as obsessed with me as I want to be obsessed with them. I want to be in your skin. And unfortunately, their job is already in their skin. So it wasn't working for Shayna. So that's why I was over dating in New York. Did I think that it could be worse in other places? No. I have been proven wrong again. Now, why didn't I date in Mexico? Could I have dated in Mexico? Yes. Did I date in Mexico? No. Why? Because the specific part of Mexico that I was living in had the highest concentration of spiritual bros that I have ever encountered in my life. Regardless of the Mexican humidity, I have never been drier in my 31 years of living. So now let's get into the nationalities, because while I was in Spain, I was living in Barcelona, an incredibly international city. So there were a whole bunch of people in the mix, and I wanted to be as diverse as possible. I wanted a large enough sample size is what I was saying. So let's discuss. There were 2 people that I had no idea where they were from. And arguably, I was uninterested in them, so I didn't care to know. There was one guy from the UK, 3 Frenchies. 3 Frenchies. Fun fact, everyone hates the French. And they're very vocal about it. I found that interesting when I first arrived, and I was like, I would like to see where all of this rage is coming from. Did I know that these 3 men were French when I met them? I think maybe 2. Maybe 2. And then one was a surprise attack. I was like, oh, French. Fantastic. Interesting. I don't know. Anyway, there was one Italian. I'm still suspicious of him. One German, one guy from the US, and one Spaniard from Barcelona. So that's my group. That's my group. Now, ignore the how to play. This is a slide that is entirely about iconic talking stages. So we're going to start off with the foot man. Why was I getting unsolicited foot pictures from men in Spain? I've never encountered that specific kind of trauma before in my life. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, right? Because now, if you get an unsolicited eggplant pic, yeah, you can corroborate, you can weep with your friends about that. Everybody knows how to handle that. I'm the only person I know that's ever received an unsolicited foot pic from a man. I'm alone. He's playing psychological warfare, and he's a Scorpio. Moving on. Anyway, if you want to hear more about that, I literally talked about that on this channel, on this space. So all the things that I'm not allowed to say here, I say over there. So please join me over there. Moving on. 3 Dutchmen. Mind you, I only spoke to 3. All 3 of them disappeared. I'm kind of convinced that there are no men in the Netherlands. Dutch women, are you okay? Are there men there? Do they show up? Let me know. Sound off, because right now I'm 10 for 10 or 3 for 3, where they just disappear. Putting that out there. Now, there was one man who we were mutually love bombing each other. And I was all about it. I was like, listen, I'm not okay. I don't think you're okay. I want to see what happens. Now, one of two things could have happened had we actually met. Either he's the love of my life, or we would have destroyed each other. The world will never know. Why? Because he didn't stick to any of the things that he said he was going to do, like a man does, and never showed up for the things that he had planned. So I didn't leave my house, never talked to him again. Sir, if you're out there, you missed out. We could have been insane together. And then the last one, Var. Var, are you okay? Like, I genuinely don't know if you're alive right now. Like, that was the most fascinating end to a talking stage, because I think you're still alive, but also I didn't follow up on that. So thoughts and prayers to you, Var. Thoughts and prayers. The astrological signs of all of these people. Now, important information. There we go. That's me. This is me over in the corner. So I am an Aquarius rising. If you know anything about astrology, you could figure out all of my house placements. Aquarius in the first house. I'm a Libra sun, Leo moon, Aquarius rising. I have a Sag Venus, Jupiter in Libra, and my Juno is in Cancer. The astrology girlies, I get it. Now let's dive into some of these things. 3 people. I didn't care enough to find out. I don't know that man. Now, there was one Libra. Oh, Jesus, so sorry. There was one Libra that I spoke to. There was one Aries, one Leo, 2 Cancers, a Capricorn, and a Gemini. She was testing things out. Now, my findings from testing these things out, these are some of my major takeaways. Now, I can't read them upside down, so we're going to read these together like so. Most fun to talk to, Leo and Cancer. Now, I already had this theory before, but it gives every time. The banter was there. It was engaging. I was there. I actually wanted to hear men's thoughts when it came to Leos and Cancers. It was fascinating. Moving on, the hottest, Libra and Leo. I, as a Libra sun, am very happy that Libra made it to this list, because when one of us wins, we all win. But no, it was not going to work out with Libra. Why? Because most nonchalant goes to Libra and Gemini. The air signs are representing. Representing. Most intense, Aries. Are any of us surprised? No. I was only surprised because the intensity really kicked in the last couple of minutes of the date. And I was like, whoa. It's too much for me. I'm a sensitive little Libra. Most dates with Capricorn. I spent several days back to back with Capricorn. So while it was technically a first date, what if it was a first date that just didn't end for like 60 to 72 hours? It was fascinating. Don't tell my mom. Anyway, and then the person that I guess I technically spent the most amount of time with was Leo, because we just decided to be friends. Now, you could be asking, Shayna, if you found Leo to be so engaging and you found Leo to be attractive, why didn't you date Leo? Because Leo's a menace. Leo's a menace to society. I learned everything I needed to know on the first date, and I said, I don't wish this upon myself. But you're engaging, you're a fun time, let's go hang out. And then we continued to be friends. So there is that. Not every date has to end up in a long-term thing. Now, where did I find these problems? I found 4 of these problems on Bumble, 6 of these problems on Hinge. Now, what's the difference? Because there is a difference. different problems, but they're different. And if you want to learn more about that, once again, go to the other channel. I talk about this extensively over there. Jesus. Okay, so who did the best? Technically, it was Capricorn. Technically, it was Capricorn. But at the end of the day, I caught no feelings when I was dating in Spain. Zero feelings. I was so looking forward to my cheetah girl summer, autumn, winter, and I got none of it. None of it. Zero feelings. I would like to say that the marketing for Mediterranean dating and Mediterranean men is good. Your marketing team is on point. The reality of you guys, God, talk about false advertising. So, my ending thoughts, don't date in Barcelona. It's the Wild West out here. And I can't emphasize that enough because everybody keeps thinking, oh my God, Shayna, you're out there. There's all these European men. You're having your chubby. No. There is so much. Mind you, I talk about all of this a lot more on Not Here. But there is this overwhelming love of the idea of a person that sweeps throughout the Mediterranean. There's a wanting to be swept away with the idea of you, and a love of never fully knowing you, so that way the idea of you can continue to grow and grow and grow in their minds. And then the more that they actually get to know you, the more that idea dies. And I'm uninterested in dating people that do not want to know me, which I've had many conversations with the guys that I met there, both friends and in dates. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating the amount of information that people just give to you if you are open and non-judgmental to their face about it. So I learned everything that I needed to know while I was over there. And truly, my dating in Spain is wrapped. Will I be going back? Yes, I love Barcelona. I might want to live there for a period of time. Will I actively be dating there? It's truly going to take a work of Jesus himself for me to open myself up to that nonsense again. But that is my dating wrap for 2023. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to put them. If you have a therapist that I can talk to about my experiences, please, my DMs are open. Stay blessed.